I'm Dipali Bedi. I'm a clinical psychologist. I work with Sukhun Pledge to Seek Help, and which is basically an awareness plan for creating awareness around mental health. What I'm going to talk today about is marriages and the pressure of marriage. We get a lot of clients over here which feel that they are being pressurized to get married because of a specific age. I'm immediately reminded of one of my clients who had called me up. This was not a long-term client who had this one just called me up for a Skype session, and the discussion was how he's going to turn 30, and otherwise he doesn't want a wife who is not financially independent. But there's a huge pressure that because he's getting 30 that he should get married, and he even feels equally scared because in society the set thing is that 30 के बाद में लड़कियां नहीं मिलेंगी, and he might not be sexually that viable, which I am adding from my side maybe. Okay, शायद they might not be able to conceive a child or something. तो बेसिकली 30 के हो गए हो. अब अगर लड़की नहीं मिल रही है कि जो फाइनेंशियली इंडिपेंडेंट हो और हमें भी अच्छी लगे, लेट्स गेट मैरिड टू अ गर्ल हु इज नॉट फाइनेंशियली इंडिपेंडेंट. So I asked him what is his whole concern around the idea that is the marriage important, and why is this criteria very important that he needs a financially independent wife. He very clearly said that he isn't in a financial situation where he can completely take over the responsibility of another female, and after that obviously having children, it would be too tough. But there's a huge social pressure that he needs to at any cost get married because this ka ho raha hai. And he even feels that because he's heard it all over, and he kept asking me that does it matter कि अगर मैं 30 का हो रहा हूँ और अगर मैं शादी नहीं करूँगा तो क्या मुझे लड़की मिल जाएगी, क्या मैं really वेट करूँ उसके लिए कि जो basically is a person whom I want, or I should just give in to the pressure and just get married. Somewhere this and I think many other cases that I see, I do realize that important factor that the pressure is not just external. It is even internalized by many of us because of what we hear around us. And obviously the louder voice does impact us. We might howsoever be rebel, there is an impact of when everybody is saying that after 30 you're not going to get married easily, you're not going to find a girl of your choice, you do get pressurized. 30 is like a TikTok bell when somebody is getting 30, as if the pressure increases immensely. And I'm talking of the educated families. I am not talking of the low class families. I'm talking about the educated families who are looking of even career. I think low class में तो शायद 30 तक भी बहुत 30 भी 20-25 still would be the deadlines and not 30. But that's what is happening. The pressure is almost internalized in us that we need to get married. Marriage, I had a few days back posted a post forward of a female who was wanting to have a sexual partner but not wanting to marry him because of her son who was around 20, and she didn't want her to invest equivalently into a newer relationship, but was talking about her sexual needs. And immediately somebody responded on it saying that Dipali, you cannot be really putting up these articles because you're basically supporting a female who's sinful, and the word was sinful. If the pressure is so much, as if the ridicule, the stigma is so much thrown. Girls who get divorced, girls who are even slightly sexually active before the marriage, a number of things, dressing up style, how they carry themselves, how they succeed in job. Sometimes even success is seen as she being selfish, self-centered. God knows कौन सा तरीका इस्तेमाल किया यहाँ तक पहुँचने के लिए. So there's so much of a stigma around it that pressure becomes immense. And I'm not saying the pressure isn't on the male also. There is an equivalent pressure on the men. Because the whole thing is कि लड़कियां जल्दी शादी कर लेंगी, तुम्हारे को उसके बाद में मिलेगा नहीं, उसके बाद में तुम्हें रिजेक्टेड माल मिलेगा, लिटरली रिजेक्टेड माल मिलेगा, क्योंकि जितनी अच्छी हैं उनकी शादियां हो जाएंगी. So this huge pressure is not just coming from the society, not just coming from the parents, but it is even internalized. So actually standing against this pressure is not easy, but maybe is important, because under that pressure more marriages are breaking than being built. If this man who is saying that he's not financially, he doesn't earn financially enough as of now to really give a good life to his wife and child, if under pressure would get married, 30 की उम्र पे obviously there would be a pressure that the girl even gets conceives quickly and they have the child even equivalently quick. So child is not obviously a long term plan over here, it is obviously an immediate plan. And so even here we are looking at the idea that the family would be of 3 and not 2. 3 जन को एक इंसान जो भी कह रहा है कि मुझे दूसरे को भी पूरी तरह जिस लाइफस्टाइल पे मैं रखना चाहता हूँ, I am not in a position to give her that life. Giving 3 people that sort of a life, he will go into depression, or there would be constant fights if the female is expecting the same, because and it will become worse, because if he's not able to sustain the wife to the level that he's expecting, giving alimony would be much more difficult. And if there would be fights, the immediate thing would be that, now I have a child, give me alimony. And even if there's no child, females do ask for alimony. यहाँ पे तो बच्चा होगा तो अब तो alimony बिल्कुल बनती है. So what are we heading towards? And it is not just the factor of financial viability. Even if there is other things, things like, I am not ready for marriage because I want to concentrate more on my career growth as of now. So it will be a marriage where you are not able to give what the other person is expecting, and expectation out of marriage is about love and affection, and it is not about you make your career and I'll be just over here to support you. Unless that's made mutually understood at a very initial stage, which is not done in an arranged marriage usually. In arranged marriages, we usually don't even clarify most of the things, which clarify what we speak lie in a lot of ways. I know one of my client had come and said कि अगर लड़के ने अपने salary इतनी लिखी है तो इतनी होगी, उससे ज़्यादा नहीं होगी. So that's basic understanding, and means she said even we equally present that way. It's not that we don't. So talking big, misleading the others is part of the arranged marriage processes, at least. There are very few people who very clearly talk about themselves very clearly. Anyway, I mean, even in love marriages or love relationships, the man and the female tries to put their best foot forward. That's usually not the complete truth. So we usually highlight our best things, and sometimes yes, we lie. We know that this would be expected out of the other, and we do lie. So this will obviously not work. It would at some stage give a huge hit. Like, I've got this client who talks about the fact that he does want to get married and does feel a need for a partner, but very sure that he and his family has different choices, and so he doesn't know what sort of a life partner is he looking for, because he has a feeling that if he chooses somebody of his choice, she would not adjust to the family, and if he sees somebody of the family's choice, he would not be very happy in that relationship. So marriages have become a lot of unnecessary pressure than really the aspect of what marriages should be. The need for a life partner, need for a companionship, need for somebody who could be there through your ups and downs, need for being with somebody is not even at all talked about in marriages, which is not a great news. I'll end it over here. Thank you.